Hi, how is everyone doing? I am starting a series on a completely homemade Thanksgiving dinner. And I think that one of the most fundamental building blocks that you need for this is a really nice turkey stock. Your turkey stock is going to be in your green beans, whether you do southern style green bean or green bean casserole. It's going to be in your gravy. In fact, this is what we're going to use to make our gravy. It's going to be in your stuffing or dressing, depending on what part of the country you're from, and whatever you have left, you're going to use that to start another turkey stock with your turkey carcass for turkey soup. So it is in a whole lot of things. And on my board here, I was lucky enough, I found a package that had wings and legs, and it even had the tips. And these tips, you get a lot of good flavor from, perfect for stock. And it's just really basic. Celery, carrots, I got some fresh sage, some bay leaves, and some peppercorns, and I'm not even going to roast these. We're just going to go straight into the pot with these and get our stock started. I know that it's really easy in today's world just to go buy that better than bouillon or a box of bone broth, and honestly, there's just never going to be anything better than making it yourself or less expensive. The biggest thing about the ones that you buy is they'll have MSG in them, they'll have oils in them, sugars in them, and if they say natural flavors, well, let me just tell you, this is what that means. So anything that says natural flavorings, only the first ingredient in that has to be natural, and then they can have all kinds of chemicals added to it, and then they can still say natural flavoring. So do not let that make you think, oh, this is great because it's all natural, because it's not. This is all natural. And you know what else? This whole thing on my board here, $15. And this $15 again is going to be our gravy, our dressing, our vegetables, and so much more, all for $15. Now, if you don't have fresh sage, don't worry about it. I just think that sage really enhances turkey. And I've just got some black peppercorns, some bay leaves there. And now for your vegetables. Now, I've just given these vegetables a good washing. I didn't even bother to peel my carrots. And you want to cut your vegetables in big chunks because this is going to cook for 5 to 6 hours. And if you would cut your vegetables in little tiny dices like this, it's going to cook away, and that's going to make your stock bitter and cloudy. So just remember, big chunks. Now for your onion. A lot of people say that they like to leave the onion skins on, and that helps color their stock and makes it brown. But for sure, take those first few outer layers off because you can just see how dirty that is. And I don't really particularly want that in my stock. So as long as you've gotten those outer dirty layers off, then it's okay if you leave the peel on, if you will, for your stock. And this, again, big chunks. And I'm just going to do a few cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to give them a smash. Now, I do not like these ends of the garlic. I always take those off because I think they're bitter. So no matter what I'm doing with garlic, I always take those ends off. But really, I'm just going to kind of give them a bust up and remove their papery skins and their bitter end. Now, the next part is very crucial. You want to always start your stocks, no matter what stock you're making, with cold water. When you start your stocks with cold water, as it slowly starts to heat up, the blood and impurities slowly rise to the surface where you can skim them off. If you would start your stock in hot or warm water, those bloods and impurities dissolve too quickly and then disperse themselves throughout your stock, making your stock cloudy. So always cold water. And then the next important thing is to bring it up to a boil. Once it boils, you're going to lower it to a simmer. And you want to simmer your stocks at about 185 degrees. Again, boiling your stocks, they're going to make them cloudy because, again, all of those impurities and things are just going to start swirling around in there without rising to the surface where we can skim them off. And then I'm just going to push it back to my back burner where I'm going to keep an eye on it and skim it throughout the day. And I'm going to let this cook a good 6 hours. Now, you can make your stock the week before. You can make your stock 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. You can even make your stock a good month before Thanksgiving and pop it in the freezer. You could even individually dedicated dressing, green beans, gravy, for whatever you need your stock for. Now, after about 3 hours in, I am going to pull those turkey legs out. So stick around so I can show you why I'm pulling those turkey legs out a little bit early. So we're 3 hours in, and I've pulled a couple pieces of that turkey out. And what I want to do is just let it cool down. I'm breaking it apart to help it cool down. I want to cool down till it is cool enough for me to handle. Now, why am I doing this? Well, because I like turkey in my turkey gravy. Now, you might not. You might like just a pure, smooth gravy, and that's okay. Just skip this part. But for me, I like that turkey in my actual turkey gravy. And I want to pull this out now because if I let it keep cooking for 2 or 3 more hours, it's just going to get overcooked and dry, and nobody wants that. So I want to let this get cool enough to handle. Tastes like turkey. And then the bones, I'm going to put back into my pot, and the meat, I'm going to let it cool down, store it in the fridge until it's time to make, you guessed it, turkey gravy. And now that your time is up, I've gone about 5 hours, so you want to do about 5 to 6 hours. Now, wings, if you get wings, are the best. Drumsticks are fantastic. If you do not see them, ask the butcher. Sometimes they're frozen, sometimes they have them in the back. But wings and legs are the best for this. I'm going to let this drain. That's why I love this pot, because I can just pick all of that up out of there. And then you want to drain this through some cheesecloth. And this is how much beautiful turkey stock we have. For about $15. Got a beautiful color to it. If you have some left over, use it for your turkey carcass, for turkey soup, or pop it in the freezer and save it for Christmas. Now just look at all of that stock. I don't know what that would cost if you were buying those boxes of stock, but I think we did pretty good for $15 when we are set for Thanksgiving. Now, make sure this comes to room temperature before you put it in the refrigerator. And I will see everybody probably tomorrow for what's next in our homemade, all natural Thanksgiving. Bye. Until next time, safe cruising.